Okay, hope you guys can hear me. Okay, so this is my video I'm going to be doing. Um, I have my phone with me to help me because my mind isn't all quite there right now. Um, you know, um, I'm going to be talking to you about depression and let's see, and what it's like to have depression. I'm going through right now, and I'm going through some stuff that's like pretty severe. Um, I hope that you guys don't mind me reading from my phone, but I don't do good with notes, and yeah, I can't really remember, can't really think off the bat right now since my medicine makes me kind of tired and stuff. Um, but what depression feels like, it feels like this. Certainly, that an acute episode of depression will last only a week, a month, a year, would change everything. It would still be a ghastly ordeal, but the worst thing about it, the incessant yearning for death, the compulsion towards suicide, would drop away. But no, a limited depression, a depression with hope, is an attract an a, is a contradiction. The experience of convulsive pain, along with the conviction that it will never end except in death, that is the definition of severe depression. So sorry about, I can't it's so tiny, it's hard to read. So, basically, that's, not just saying, like suicide, stuff like that about it, but, it is true, it's a very real thing that people like me and others think about when we're depressed and stuff. I'm going to try to look at this camera instead of looking down here. It's, okay, so anyway, moving on. I'm getting this from a website called Psych Central. It's a website I use, and they're talking about depression. That clinical depression goes by many names: depression, the blues, biological depression, major depression, but let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, that's better. But it all refers to the same thing. Feeling sad and depressed for weeks or months on end, not just a passing blue mood. This feeling is most often accompanied by feelings of hopelessness, a lack of energy, or feeling weighed down, and taking little or no pleasure in the things that gave you joy in the past. A person who's depressed just can't get moving and feels completely unmotivated to do just about anything. Even simple things, just like getting dressed in the morning or eating, become large obstacles in daily life. We've compiled a library of, that's something else. But it can be treated. Depression, like everything, just like if you get a cut, it can get treated. Just like if you get a broken bone, it can be treated, it can be set, and it will heal. But just like everything else, it takes time. It takes energy, but it takes time. What can cause depression sometimes is a lot of different things. With bipolar, it can run in families, and I had a grandma that she had bipolar, and I was like determined, thinking, oh man, now I have bipolar. And I guess what it is like with depression, when someone's depressed, they think the worst. And I guess for me, I feel deep down that I could have a severe to a major or bipolar um, depression. But my therapist doesn't see bipolar issues with me, and that kind of makes, for some reason, that makes me mad. I'm not really sure why. I just don't know if I feel like my voice is not being heard that way. Like, sure, my mood doesn't go like, like where exactly book by book, but there's other kinds of bipolar. I mean, they're finding every day that there's different kinds of mental illnesses, or just different kinds of things and ways to be treating it and stuff. So I feel like I'm one of those cases, those unknown cases that no one's going to be able to figure out. But then again, that could just be one of my, like, fears. I could just fear that I'm never going to get help. I have this underlying ailment that no one can see and no one can fix. Like, it's there, and it's irritating, and it's loud, but no one can fix it. So that's about what I want to talk about. A lot of people face depression, so I'm not alone. You're not alone. We just deal with it in different ways, and a lot of ways that I deal with it are not very good ways to deal with it. Self-medicating could be is like a big way that you could deal with it. Self-injury, self-medicating is basically self-injuring, and also when you drink too much, alcohol can be a use of that as well. Different types of medicines that are not really prescribed to you. These are just ways of coping skills, and these are the wrong ways. Now, I'm not here for opinions and votes on, this stuff is, like, codeine is better, or, this stuff is better for you, and why are you saying this, that there's nothing wrong with doing that. Well, okay, that's fine if you feel that way. I'm just saying I don't feel that's fine. Yet, I have problems with things like this, with self-medicating in any kind of way possible. Whether it's my personality, I don't know if it is or not, but it's not something I would want anyone to have. But I can relate, and I will say that you can stop, even though right now I can't seem to stop at whatever. I'm not going to be going into discussion about what it is that is happening, what I'm doing, but I am getting help with a therapist. I might be changing therapists, because this one's not really, doesn't feel like she's really able to pull things out of me like I would like. I have trouble talking and expressing myself in different ways, and that's a big factor in my problem. And I don't like to cry in front of people. I have a lot of trouble doing it. Even when I'm by myself, I have trouble crying. So you might notice these same things too. But yeah, you're not alone, and you can get help, even though you feel like you're alone and that there's no real hope for you, and that, like, nobody can relate to you, and that you're just totally alone on this. The doctors aren't going to get you, your parents aren't going to get you, friends aren't going to get you, your friends are going to leave you. That might be, some of your friends might leave, some of them might stay, some of them might come in more than ever than you've noticed before. Some of your doctors that you see may not believe you, but it's because in their best professional opinion, in my case, is telling me in her professional opinion she does not believe I'm bipolar. Even though I still kind of disagree with that, for some weird, odd reason, I don't know why I can't just go with it and say, okay, what do you think, is wrong with me? I just don't want to be told I have general depression, because I don't think I am generalized depression. even though she has me down as that. She did diagnose me as with panic disorder, and I do know that I do have panic disorder. But as far as being paranoid as to not diagnosing me right, I feel that, that might be the case and stuff, and I just feel like worried about that for some reason, and I want that, well, sure, that's going to bother anyone. It bothers me. But the matter of fact is why do I care so much? Why am I bothered so much about that? I don't know. I don't really know why. But yeah, I've been really, really depressed lately. I've been going outside for walks, but it just seems like when you try to go out for walks and you walk your dog, you do your chores, you go to work, you go to school, you do what you're supposed to, you take the meds on time, it just feels like it's never enough. I mean, it feels like you're still at zero, and it feels like, from my standpoint, it feels like I'm still being left behind. Like my parents can go do their scheduled appointments, can go to where they want to go, and I'm still at home. I'm not doing the greatest, and I haven't for several months, and it feels like forever, so it's like, what's the use, oftentimes that's how it feels. Feels like, what's the use, why am I here? And I wanted to go to this wedding. I wanted to go to this wedding for my cousin, and I've got my dress and everything. But because of some incidents of being overwhelmed and not being able to handle myself, I called her and I told her that I would not be able to do it. And I think that even though as hard as that is, I think it's the best thing. I really think it's the best thing I can do right now. For me and for everyone else, but mainly for me. Because, like she was telling me too, and it's true, is that even though it's a big deal being in a wedding, it's more important about the person's mind and how they're feeling. As far as I know how I'm doing about that, I am upset. I want to be there. I wanted to be the best maid of honor I could be. I've never been one before, and I wanted this to be my best. I wanted this to make me a better person, is basically what it was. Since I've already dealt with depression, this gave me a huge hope and a huge boost. And then to learn that I can't do it, that was pretty rough. It's probably like the roughest thing I've had to do in my life. So yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm probably gonna end up I am gonna go to the wedding, but I'm thinking I'm probably not going to be able to stay for the reception. I know it sucks because the reception's like the best part. But the most important part is the wedding, so I'm going to be there at the wedding, but it's been a waste of a perfectly nice dress, I'll tell you that. Well, on that note, it's already about almost 15 minutes long, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys to it. Comment if you want, I don't really care. This is just an awareness video on and the stigma on depression and the causes and emotions that people and friends and family get involved in things. It interrupts everything, and it sucks. It just gets in the way. It's annoying. So if you deal with that, just hang in there. Eventually I'm gonna get out of it, and I'm gonna document it when I do. So I'll do update videos. There'll be more to come on depression. So yeah, hang in there.